Welcome back. We want to take a closer look now at the increasing levels, of collaborative healthcare, especially for kids. Just last week, Children's Wisconsin and UW Health announced a new joint venture for shared pediatric cardiac and adult congenital heart care services. It's an initial 10-year agreement. ThedaCare, Children's, and Bellin are already collaborating on Connecting for Kids. As part of that partnership, this new facility in Ashwaubenon is scheduled to open next fall, a children and adolescent center. And these come on the heels of Children's Wisconsin opening their Appleton clinic a year ago last fall. Time to take a field trip to learn more. And we welcome everybody into the Appleton Clinic of Children's Wisconsin down here in Appleton. And we're joined by Dr. Allie Kapp. She is the Director of Northeast Services for Children's Wisconsin. So in this facility, which is going to celebrate its 2-year anniversary coming up in March, have you seen the impact that you hoped, not just in terms of the services that you're providing now, but taking some of that pressure off families, right, that would have to go down to Milwaukee for services before this?
That's absolutely right, Chris. So what we've seen is that a lot of families who have kids with chronic conditions see multiple specialists. They would have to travel 100+ miles to Milwaukee one way just to be able to have an appointment. And over a month, they might have to go 4 or 5 times, spend overnight, take off of work and school. And what we're seeing is families can come here to the clinic. It really alleviates that time stress, and they can see a local provider and be home same day. So we have over 20 specialties up here at the Appleton Clinic. We have over 12 providers who live locally and are part of the community, and we keep expanding.
And that expansion is now going to go up into the Green Bay area, Ashwaubenon. There is that clinic we just talked about. It's going up on Ashland by 172. I would assume the motivation behind that is similar, although you are collaborating with Bellin Health on this. But what kind of services will be provided there to take some of that pressure we just talked about off of families that may be coming even as far away from the UP?
That's right. So we see over 50,000 kids and families a year from as far north as the UP. And what we can do by bringing a clinic to Ashwaubenon, to the Green Bay market, is really double our capacity to see kids who need therapy, so speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, with a beautiful therapy gym similar to what we have here. Also in Ashwaubenon, we'll be able to have kids see their specialists in cardiology, GI, and other specialties much closer to home, and be able to expand that capacity. So it's not just in Appleton, but in that Green Bay market, and a beautiful new facility that's really updated and able to take care of kids who have those more complex needs, where some of our current clinic spaces aren't able to facilitate that as well.
It's in, as we mentioned, collaboration with Bellin Health. It's also billed as that adolescent center. How does that fold into some of the things you just talked about? What's the difference between the younger children and the adolescents and the services that will be provided there?
Sure. Children's is really fortunate to be part of Connected for Kids, which is a partnership with Bellin Health, ThedaCare, and Children's Wisconsin. And what we're doing is leveraging our powers together to serve more kids and families. So you'll see Bellin Health having primary care and behavioral and mental health for young kids, but also adolescents and teens who have different kinds of needs. And then you'll see the Children's Wisconsin specialty side of the building.
So these collaborations, ThedaCare, Bellin, what will they allow? What does this mean for patients, right? I mean, it's kind of happening at a dizzying pace. We talked about the one with UW Health earlier, but it's happening at a dizzying pace. But what does it mean for the patients? If they can't keep up with this, how does this benefit them? What does this mean for elevated care?
What we're working on with Connected for Kids is quality first. So if we can take the resources of 3 organizations and really focus on the patient at the center, best quality and safety guidelines, care strategies all together so they can have that same kind of experience, and leveraging technology, interoperability, making that MyChart experience for patients and families better, we can really do more together.
Will you be offering, and what else will you be doing in conjunction with Bellin that you haven't done before?
Sure. So in that spirit of not having families have to travel to Milwaukee, currently many families do still travel after their clinic visits here in Appleton to Milwaukee for a procedure. Starting in January, we are so blessed to be able to share that we are going to have surgeons from Children's practicing at Bellin Hospital in Green Bay. So a urologist, general surgeons, and later into the year, other specialists will be able to schedule their patients here at the Appleton Clinic for a procedure just up the road in Green Bay.
So again, taking all that travel down. I mean, when my daughter went through Children's, we had to go to Milwaukee to have the surgery. So again, that takes a huge pressure off families. What do you think is the next step for you folks? Because this expansion in Northeast Wisconsin was really started to be talked about 10 years ago, and we've seen the physical manifestation of that, not just here where we're standing today, but what's coming in Ashwaubenon. Do you think there'll be more?
There will absolutely be more. What we're so excited about is in the fall opening an urgent care right here in Appleton, pediatric urgent care, and again through our Connected for Kids partnership, really having that elevated high quality urgent care experience at all urgent cares in our Bella and Children and Theta partners. But here having that ability with pediatric lab and imaging and adding something new to the community. So very excited about that urgent care here in the fall.
Terrific. Allie, thanks so much for the time.
You're welcome, Chris. Thanks.
All right, if you're interested in a fun and festive way to support Children's Wisconsin, join us this Saturday for the 8th annual Santa Cycle. WBAY-TV, one of the proud sponsors of this event, which has raised over $125,000 in 7 years. The ride starts and ends at Badger State Brewing in the Stadium District. It's fun. It's a little 7-mile ride, all dressed up. And if you can't ride, you can still help out by buying drawing tickets to win one of 3 fat bikes. All proceeds from the ride and drawing go directly to Children's Wisconsin. You can find more information on our website or at Santa Cycle Green Bay on Facebook.